Hello everyone! Welcome to a new Total War Warhammer 2 campaign. This one is going to be heavily modded, and we are going to be playing as Marienburg with their legendary lord Edward von der Kral. So before we jump in, I'm going to have a link in the description below to my friend Surreal Belief's mod collection page, which he actually just made a collection of a bunch of really good mods that are going to be featured in this game. A couple of big ones is obviously a Marienburg mod that expands their unit rosters so that they are more enjoyable. They're not just a copycat of the Empire anymore, straight on. And also there is a conversion mod called Boys Will Be Boys, which is a battle overhaul mod which changes the stats and traits of everybody to try and bring it more in line with what the tabletop balance is. Now, I don't know tabletop for fantasy. I only played 40k, but I've tested this out and I like it. The battles seem to be taking a lot more longer, so we can dive in and actually watch them without frantically having to move our units every couple seconds. So we may actually be able to see some more cinematic stuff here. And it says that counters are a real thing in this way that you play Warhammer. So we will be seeing what that's all about. But yeah, I have also a faction unlocker mod, which was not in the mod list. I'll probably list that in the description as well separately. And yeah, so with this faction unlocker, you can apparently also play as one of the mercenary company things here, which is pretty neat. But anyway, we are going to be playing as Marienburg. So our diplomatic relations, -10 with the Empire provinces. Income from trade is plus 15% faction-wide. Global recruitment capacity is +2. Makes sense. Let's see. Lord effects, income from raiding and melee attack +10 when fighting at sea. I typically don't do sea fights, but the raiding is kind of neat. We'll maybe try and do that. Starting units is going to be a mortar, which again, all of the stats have been changed in this. Like for the Empire black powder units here, they have a misfire chance. And if it misfires, your artillery piece will explode. Not all of them, but just one of them. So each time you fire, there's a 5% chance that it just goes kaput. But from a couple of test matches that I did, it seems like the mortars and artillery in general seem to be more accurate than they are in the base game. So I guess that's maybe the trade-off, or maybe I'm just crazy, but I guess we'll see for ourselves here again. It seemed to be more accurate than what they used to be. But of course, they can now blow up. Anyway, we have a Raubritter. I'm going to mispronounce these for sure. These are basically kind of like questing knights, but applied to Marienburg. They are armor piercing. There's their stats right there. Generally, I think a lot of units have slightly lower armor, lower melee and attack, or sorry, melee attack and melee defense stats in general with this mod. So you're going to probably be seeing a lot of lower numbers. And then we also have the Bergjägers. They are a stalking archer unit that seem to be kind of okay. But yeah, let's dive in to some Marienburg. There's a lot of, let's see, graphical mods in this mod list. There is a couple mods that add a lot of new legendary lords, like this guy, I believe, as well as expanding the legendary lords for all of the Empire provinces. So, like, I could play as, you know, Talabeclan, Oslin, and with all of these mods in this mod pack, it actually gives them a legendary lord. It gives them a unique, features. Like, I think Oslin, their spears have 30 additional armor and are a lot cheaper, and that's basically it. Like, it's nothing insane, but at least it's in there, so you don't have to play as, you know, Karl Franz or Balthasar Geld or any of that. But there's also a lot of other legendary lords sprinkled throughout. Like, there's one for the Dark Elves, there's one or two for the Vampires, and yeah, it's pretty cool mod pack. I was going to play the SFO mod, but it is currently not updated for the Norskin patch yet. But I think it's going to be updated in a couple days. But at the same time, I was like, you know what? I really do want to try this Boys Will Be Boys mod. So that's what we're going to do. And I'll probably play an SFO campaign after this. With not the Empire or any other human factions, considering I'm playing as Marienburg. It was a toss-up between Marienburg and the New World colonies, because they also have a pretty cool roster. But we just played as Nagarith, so that's kind of in the same part of the world as the New World colonies. So I decided to go for Marienburg instead, because I have not really played a campaign in this part of the world for a little while. So as Marienburg, we have our legendary lord, who is kind of like a witch hunter, but with a greatsword and without a gun. I should say at least his character model is like a witch hunter. And he has a greatsword that kind of actually acts like Gal Maraz. Is that the name of Karl Franz's Warhammer? Let's look at his skills. So we have Knight of Purity. So bonus versus Chaos in Norska is one of his unique things. His aura size plus 50% I guess is okay. Public order for local province. Melee attack for the Ersatz, Hellblitzen, and War Galley Seamen. The Ersatz are swordsmen, Hellblitzen are halberds, War Galley Seamen are like free company but without guns. And Burgers are their like one of their heavily armored units. Marked by Solkan. Direct damage, so I guess this is basically like the Witch Hunter ability. And then, what do we have here? The Sword of Solkan. Upkeep minus 10% for all units. Attrition suffered is lowered. Replenishment rate goes up, and Untainted goes up. That's actually all pretty good. Solkan's Greatsword, more public order, boost to attacks, magical attacks, and grants a augment. Interesting. Ring of Solkan. 12-second duration, 30% damage reduction, and can cause terror. That is interesting. And then missile resistance. Okay, that's nothing super special. What do we have here for the ultimates here? Recruit rank +2 for all units in the Lord's army. Stand your ground, and then deadly onslaught. Okay, nothing super special there. But still, pretty cool. That is our Lord. So let's go over the roster briefly here. What's kind of cool about Marienburg is that they have access to some Dwarven and Elven units. So we have the Elfsgemeente, an elf town where we can get a Great Eagle, but a really different kind of Great Eagle, because look at those stats. Like, I'm used to weapon strength in, what are they, like the high 200s or 300s? But only 60. Their speed is very good, their armor is really bad, and they only have 733 hit points, so I really don't see the purpose of that. But we can also recruit Spearmen and then Lothern Sea Guards with shields, and you can see some different stats here. It's not going to be in the compendium, but like different traits down there than what you're used to. The sword icon is a thing that all elves get, which gives them a +5 melee attack. It's called attack first, or first strike, I think. And then the like multiple ranks of people add to their melee attack and melee defense as long as their hit points remain above 50%. So it's like a lot of spears have this to kind of show off the fact that they are rank and file fighters, and they're multiple. Anyway, then we also have some dwarves. We have some long beards, which get more tankier if they are not moving. We have a gyro bomber, and then rangers with great weapons. So that is kind of neat. But then on top of that, we also have basically spearmen. We have swordsmen, swordsmen with shields, spearmen with shields. The Hellblitzen are their halberds. We also have crossbows. Then up here we just have a generic Empire Captain. These are gunners. We have the War Galley Seamen, which are frenzied melee units with melee attack of 42 is actually really high in this mod. The melee defense of 18 is kind of low, but still. And then the Burgers, which are 95 armor and anti-infantry units. That's their greatsword infantry, basically. That's a replacement. We also have some Kriegsritter, mounted yeomen, basically, but they do have 50 armor, which I think is higher than normal mounted yeomen. Then up here we have the mounted yeomen with bows. We have outriders. We have the outriders with grenade launchers. We have the basically questing knights. And then we have the demi-griffs with the anti-large and anti-armor and focus units as well. For artillery, they get basically most of what the Empire gets. I believe even the Luminarch officials over here. So they are like a mixture of a lot of different things, which make them pretty cool. I'm trying to think of any other unique ones. Oh, pit fighters have the Mark of Cain ability, which is Madness of Cain, which is a little interesting. And then they can also recruit Chaos Pit Fighters from this Pit Arena and Pit Coliseum, which is really neat. And then they have access to just every single mage, I think, in the game, including a Gold Wizard and then an Amethyst Wizard. Yeah, so they even have access to Death Magic through the Amethyst Wizard, which is pretty neat. Warrior Priest, Witch Hunter, seen those before. And so yeah, that's a breakdown of their faction. Oh, right, and then Manon's Blades. Superior swordsmen, basically, that have an anti-infantry bonus as well. And then with a melee attack of 38 and 42 defense, that's pretty good, again, for the stats that I've seen in this game. Like, here we go. Basic swordsman. Actually, 30 and 20 is still pretty good. Okay, maybe the stats aren't super lowered. I thought they were from my initial... Doesn't matter. Anyway, those are the units. Now, let us focus on what is around us. So right now, we start at war with King Lewin Leon Kerr. We do have the orcs nearby. We do have other human factions nearby that we are going to have a diplomatic penalty with, but we are not at war with right now. So I think what we want to do first is we want to upgrade our tradable resources and look for trading partners. We'll upgrade the Clothier. We'll upgrade the Brine Mine. And then upgrade our barracks to a level 2 so we can unlock shield versions. Let's see, for the halberd infantry, we will require a blacksmith, but we can at least get crossbows too. So we'll upgrade that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we want to do. Oh, since Marienburg is kind of Empire-ish, we also have the offices tab here. What do we have? Elgar Braun can become a Castilian. Upkeep minus 10% for artillery in the Lord's army. Construction costs minus 10% for all buildings. Let's see. Additional tradable resources produced and income from buildings 5%. Oh, you can't become anything. We'll make you a Castilian engineer. Now, one of the mods that are not in the mod list is a mod that doesn't give you any additional penalties for having multiple armies. So we can actually go in here, recruit a lord, and we won't have an insane amount of upkeep for just recruiting a lord. So I am going to recruit Castilian.
I serve no master.
He is going to be sitting inside Marienburg and just be there for when and if we need him. I really like the mods that don't give you insane penalties for having multiple armies, because that means you can actually have multiple armies, you know, sitting in a town here to provide public order or whatever you want.
They will be judged.
Over here,
This is not the will of the lady.
Lewin is pretty scary because they have Knights of the Realm and Pegasus Knights, and also it's Lewin.
Tools of judgment ready.
We have some basic swords, basic spears. We have those questy knights. Well, basically questy knights, and then a mortar. I don't think our stances are anything crazy, just kind of the basic stuff. What to do?
The Empire.
Let's kind of move further in.
Moving off. By all that I hold dear.
Actually, let's move next to our town. Well, you know what? Actually, I wonder if we can beat Lewin.
This is ill-considered. Seek out the heretics.
Lewin may think that they are stronger than us because they have Pegasus Knights.
So?
But when the Pegasus Knights land, we can maybe charge them with the Raubritzer. Let's see what happens. I'm going to sit here and try to recruit from here. We'll see if they come after us. We'll see.
It is time.
And then the Castilian, I think we're going to have them use the global recruitments.
The winds blow in favor.
The spears and swords are pretty cheap. Alright, research. Marienburg, income from trade and ports. We can also have access to these three things down here when we have the money for it. So, a buff against Norska. Untainted +2, but public order -2. Because the witch hunters are going around purging the heretics. Don't want that quite yet. And growth +10, income from ports +5%. Growth is really good. We may want to try and invest in that. The other two can kind of wait. But right now we are going to grab Marienburg, City of Wealth. Oh, commandments. Yes, of course. What we got here? State troop levy. All right. Council of Burgomeister. Again, my pronunciation is going to be terrible. Growth and trade. Tax. Okay. And then public order. I really like growth early on, so I'm going to grab the growth. Oh, also, one other thing you may have noticed. We have now tiers of taxes with another mod that is located or in the collection. So you can do a light tax, a normal tax, and a high tax. And you can see it changes the public order accordingly. We'll leave it on medium for right now. So this, I like this a lot. It gives you more of an option than just like, well, you know what, how about no tax or tax? So now you can be like, let's do a light tax or something. So that's pretty cool. I like that. Anything else we need to do for the first turn? Diplomacy. Okay, we definitely want trading partners as Marienburg.
Greetings, my countrymen.
Hello.
You come in peace?
No. No.
Also, this is actually a legendary lord. Again, I think it's pretty cool that I think every single Empire-ish faction has a legendary lord now. So they do not want that. I wonder if anyone's going to talk to us. We do have a penalty against them.
I'll ignore that.
Yeah. Okay.
This action does not happen. I will hear what you have to say.
You don't even want that at all?
Do you know who? Bow before the rightful lords of this land, and I must protest.
Okay.
You go.
No, we're not going to make a
The
pact
spoilers
with them.
come.
Is that a legendary lord? That doesn't look like a generic one. Huh, so even the Norskin tribes got new people? That's pretty cool too. Alright, well, we're not going to have any trading partners right now. So let's see if no one wants to come in and fight us. I'm willing to take the fight if they want it. Okay, they want it. What else do they got? They have 2 spearmen who are expendable, and here's that extra rank thing. So hit points less than 50% will disable this. Also, they're climbing or manning equipment on a platform. So +3 melee attack and melee defense. But again, the stats are generally lowered, so a +3/+3 is not too bad. So they got 2 of those. They have a peasant bowman who has defensive stakes, a one-time augment, can use if enemy presence is in ability range. They get +4 melee defense and expert charge defense. That's kind of neat. They just put down the stakes, and okay, that's neat. Knights of the Realm, 95 armor. Okay, their stats haven't changed too much, I don't think. Pegasus Knights. They have the Blessing of the Lady, so they have a ward save of 8% and missile resistance on top of that. Nice charge bonus, weapon strength of 75. That's pretty high. Okay. And then a field trebuchet. So I've seen a lot of artillery have these kind of negative misfire chances now. So 3% that this piece will break when it is being operated. It's kind of insane. But 562 missile damage. So that's also kind of insane. What is ours again? Only 294? And we have a higher misfire chance? Eh. And he starts on a horse? How does Lewin start on a horse? Come on now. It's OP. I'm gonna miss our default ambush stance from Nagaryth. That was so good. Maybe a little too good. But yeah, I kind of wanted to play a Human Nation. I was just gonna play Karl Franz, but like I've done that before. So that's why I was looking to other mods, and I was like, oh, Marienburg sounds cool. And again, the New World colonies. If I did not just play Nagaryth on that side of the world, I probably would have played the New World colonies. Because they have a roster that's kind of closer to the Astalia mod. What's that called? Southern Realms. But they have some more stuff added to it as well. It's pretty cool. And they have 2 legendary lords as well. Pretty sweet. Okay. So they got a Trebuchet. They got the Pegasus Knights. And then they have the Knights of the Realm. Okay, let's try and limit the effectiveness of the Knights of the Realm. We're going to deploy over here. Like so. So this is going to limit the ways of attack for the Knights of the Realm. If they want to have their full bonus anyway. We'll have Requested Knights sitting back here.
Crossbowman!
Do they... Some of these units have bonuses in forests. This one does not, but I've noticed some units have skirmishing, which is a trait in this game, where they get a buff if they are in the woods, but these are not one of those units. So we'll just have them out here, I guess. And I'll get a close up here so you can actually see what they all look like. Alright, so they're questing knights. Look pretty cool. It's basically just like a bunch of Empire captains, I guess, and great swordsmen, but they still look pretty neat. Then up here, the spears and the swordsmen are all based, I think, on like the Free Company, because you can see they got the little shields on the back. They don't have necessarily like the full Empire armor on. They got some of it on, I guess. But I like this. It's just, it's like the Free Company militia, but separated into different units. There's our legendary lord. Cool witch hunter hat. And again, he uses this greatsword kind of like a hammer. Pretty neat. More swords and spears, and we got the mortars, which I don't think have really changed much, and then the archers. Everyone has those little shields on their backs. Anyway. Okay, let's do this. 1, 3, go. That Trebuchet, I think, has a longer range than we do. So I'm going to want to try and probably do some damage to their knights. Now, typically, mortars are not good at knights, killing knights, because of its, well, the way that its splash damage works, but I'm going to try it here. Let's also march up a little bit.
Yes, sir. Yes, my lord.
Now, I think our raw britchers should beat their... Oh, God, ow. Should beat their Knights of the Realm as long as we do not get charged.
Yes, General. Yes, sir.
But I also... Oh, Pegasus Knights coming in. I want these to try and counter the Pegasus Knights as well. How much damage did our mortars do? Not that much. I didn't think they would.
General.
Are they charging the archers?
Taking that position. Soldiers of the Empire. Spearmen.
Oh, they're charging...
Moving now. Take
Okay.
position.
We are Sigmar's heirs.
Let's try and isolate them if we can.
Fire! Bring it down.
Swordsmen to battle.
Go after the Knights.
Ready.
We're tearing out the Pegasus Knights. Get the spears in there. See if we can actually get you out.
Swordsmen. Now.
Go after King Lewin.
For the Emperor.
Mortars go after the bows.
Yes, quickly. Ready for war. Take
We have routed the Knights. Stay on them. Stay on them. We don't want them coming back.
by Ulrich's wrath.
Ready to hunt.
Swordsmen.
Oh shit. Those Knights got through.
The Empire endures. Armed and ready. Butter.
Battle and blood await.
Swordsmen. For the
We're gonna have our spearmen hold off their spearmen.
Spearmen.
We need to focus on these Knights of the Realm.
Heldenhammer.
Stop the skirmishing.
Protects us. Swordsmen. Prepare for combat. Sigmar commands.
Just focus on those Knights.
Crossbowmen.
Actually, you focus on the spears. Our spearmen are starting to lose. Let's do this.
Pick your target.
Let's do a round of salvos into those spears.
Sir.
Knights of the Realm are routed.
Now.
We actually got King Lewin with our, the Sword of Solkan, apparently is his name. Finish off these Pegasus Knights.
Butter.
Like, look how concentrated that fire was. Like, it wasn't really spread out that much. We got it routed!
Almaraz. For France. We serve the Emperor.
We routed the Pegasus Knights. Let's silence those trebuchets.
Go, sir. Formation march.
Go after Lewin.
Cavalry ready. Take the ground. For the Warhammer.
Let us go.
Do not cycle charge me, Lewin. You piece of crap.
Ready for war. For Sigmar.
Give them some shots on the way out.
Spearmen.
Oh, there we go. We saw a misfire chance.
Our weapons are yours.
Exciting.
Spearmen. Taking position.
Let's kind of reform ranks here.
Sigmar calls. Go.
We just need to route that trebuchet though. Whoa, 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 whoa. Eh. Oh my god, we killed King Lewin.
Moving now.
Slay the heretics.
Damn. Lewin slayed. I mean, this is a lot of armor piercing damage. Also, in this mod, I did a custom match with, what's his name? Grimgod? Or not Grimgod. What the hell? What is his name? The orc dude. How do I not remember his name? The main, the black orc. Wow, this is just one of those moments. Grimgor. Right? Grimgor? Anyway, the point is, Grimgor was like just shutting down so many different lords that I was putting up against him. He is a brute in this mod. Still doesn't have any real mobility, but he is a brute. Like, he was chunking Ungrim in like 3 hits. It was insane. He's like, Ungrim, get the hell out of here. Blah, blah, blah. So I almost wanted to play the Greenskins just because of that. But I did not. I really need our casualties to be replenished. Well, we were able to beat Lewin. We didn't get to do any recruitment though, but we are going to finish that army off for sure. We got the King's Slayer, charge bonus, and recruitment for cav units. Huh, nice. Not a bad start. Interesting. The orcs came down. Oh, we do get to keep our recruitment, don't we? Because I didn't retreat. Hell yeah.
I trust no man.
Oh, what to do? Inspiring presence would probably be a good thing, considering the leadership of their units. But I always so do like route march. I usually get route march first. Just movement is so important. Can we catch up to you?
They will be judged.
Can't. Oh, but they're under the. You have to fight their garrison too. Knights of the Realm, mounted yeomen. Looks like a field trebuchet.
Do you take me for a child?
It is time.
Yeah, that probably won't work.
Preparing rites of exorcism.
Alright, well, we will attack them later.
Yes, for now.
I guess right now we just keep recruiting these units.
Yes.
And then we'll probably give him these as well. Treasurer. Edward Vandercrawl. I think that's also a legendary lord that we can recruit in a couple turns. What else?
Seek out the heretics.
There we go. Might as well encamp, get some more units back. I guess we end the turn. We need to try and take out Corone early, though. Oh, Jesus. We also have a leadership and melee defense +5. They've got 3 archers. They're swordsmen, though. They're men-at-arms, 18 and 20. Whereas our men-at-arms are 30 and 33. 28 weapon strength. They have a lot more hit points, though, because they have higher numbers. 160 as opposed to our 120. But still, our stats should win the day between that. Also, our leadership. So, we can stand toe-to-toe with their infantry line for sure. Their archers are a bit of a concern. As well as their trebuchet. We can snipe their archers with the mortar. And I think we have to let these shielded soldiers lead the charge so they can absorb some of the peasant fire. I think we can do this. The 2 lords is a bit of an issue. But we just saw the Sword of Solkan here take out Lewin on a horse. Also, if we're really lucky, the reinforcements are going to come into a position where we can attack them first. But that's probably not going to happen. They're probably going to come in from behind the starting force, would be my guess. Or from the side.
For Heldenhammer!
For Heldenhammer.
Swordsman! For Heldenhammer!
There's a good chance these swordsmen are going to break pretty quickly, so we're going to put the other 2 swordsmen behind them.
Sigmar, come on!
Ready to hunt.
Swordsman! Crossbowmen!
And since their reinforcements are coming in from the left side, I'm going to put our bowmen on the right.
Fire! Sir! Mortar! Swordsman! Yes, my lord!
Yeah, that makes sense.
Heading out! Track that machine! We serve the Emperor! Taking position! For Heldenhammer!
Well, with all the bows they have, it could actually be beneficial to fight in the trees.
Yes, General!
They only have one mobile unit, so we just gotta watch those knights. We
General!
probably can kill them with our raw blitzer. Let's look at these stats again. 56 on the charge. Our stats are better. Our charge bonus is less, but we do have a more armor piercing focus than the knights.
Swordsman! Sigma calls! The Empire endures! Ready! Quick march! Yes, sir!
Ooh, that damage.
Strike them down! For Heldenhammer! For skulls!
We're gonna sandwich them in here.
Ready! My God, Morales!
Move up the rest.
Sigma! Guide down fire!
Look how look at that. Like those would be all over the place, right? In the vanilla game. But they're actually hitting like all the same spots.
We are Sigma's heirs! No lingering! For Heldenhammer! Spearman!
Taking out the knights, now let's take out their back line.
Take the ground! Now! Ready for
Spears, you hold them.
Mortar! Through to cannons! Ready for war! No! Take the ground!
Actually, we're gonna have to hold these men-at-arms together.
Witch
Look at that! He's already taken out one of the lords of Bretonnia there.
Get them!
Seems to be a brute. I love it.
Mortar!
Let's do one shelling of that spearman unit so we can not have to worry about it.
Yes, sir!
We're breaking their lines because our units are better than theirs. Go after that lord.
For Heldenhammer! We serve France! Our weapons are yours! Crossbows ready, General!
Where's our dude at?
For the Emperor! The Empire endures! Sigma guides us!
Alright, we did rout those spears.
By Ulrich's wrath! What do you think?
Collapsing on those.
Quickly!
You're routing the trebuchet.
Spearmen!
And look at this. Dude, he just like soloed 2 lords.
Judgment is coming!
Because he's like the Emperor. He has insane armor piercing damage while on foot.
Slay all the commoners! For Heldenhammer! Quick march!
Come up here.
Prepare for combat! Prepare for combat! Sigma calls!
Beautiful.
Sir! Moving now! The Empire endures! Sigma!
So they probably thought they could win because they had 2 lords, which are generally pretty strong. And still, I think that is pretty average for this mod with their weapon strength the way that it is. But like this dude, I need to learn this person's lore. I'm sure they are from the fantasy tabletop.
Crossbows ready, General! Spearman!
And again, like you saw right there, the mortar don't really like spread like they usually do. Let's take another look at this fire here. Where are you shooting? So that's at like max range. They're hitting the same spot. I'm pretty sure in vanilla it would be like one shot here, one over here, one over here, one over there, especially at max range. But again, the downside is they can blow up. Same thing for the cannons. I haven't tested the rocket battery. But with how many things that thing fires, if it's per missile, if it's a misfire chance, it can't be per missile. Surely it just has to be like per salvo, right? Because you would be blowing up every time because they shoot so many. But I think that's pretty neat. I like the misfire chance. I don't know if the dwarves have that. It would be cool if they don't. Because they're, you know, dwarves. And that could be one of their things. They can fire their artillery all day without having to worry about it blowing up on them. I know that goblins, they can break as well. Man. 2 times Corone coming in. 2 times they get beat. Wait a minute, did they actually just win that fight against the orcs? How is that even possible? How did the orcs lose a fight where I just kicked their butt? Like, how did it... What? 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 What, are they rolling at him with, like... just gobos? Oh, you know, that reminds me of something that's pretty cool. Chaos Invasion. How do you want the Chaos Invasion to work? Defaults... turns. I'm just gonna turn it off. I hate the Chaos Invasion mechanics.
I trust no man.
If you give me the option to turn them off, sure. Alright, now let's grab Inspiring Presence.
Do you take me for a churl?
What?
All day, every day, buddy.
Yes, for now. March on the witches.
Beautiful.
Show me the accused.
I mean, leadership is usually a pretty big thing, especially for the human armies. But melee attack and defense for our basic soldiers. Let's do that.
Now
this again would be in range of the city.
I must keep my holy vow.
So 2 spears. We know that we can take their melee line, though. That's the thing. They got the 3 archers. The thing that worries me are the Knights of the Realm.
tools of judgment ready.
Our knights are not max on health, though they are already very experienced, so their stats are even better. We do have 4 spears.
Who calls?
And these are also in full march. This could be the time. Or this also could be us losing.
By the silver hammer.
And also 2 mounted yeomen. So yeah, these are a little worrying. We need to try and make sure they charge our spears, and then we do rear charges with the Rao. We know we can take their lord easily, because this dude is a badass. I didn't realize when I was setting this campaign or this series up how kind of crazy he was actually going to be. I just looked at his stats and I was like, oh, that's cool. This dude has a greatsword. Neat. He's just been smacking these Bretonnian lords just left and right. They give Lewin a horse, they give this dude a greatsword. See who wins that one. And their reinforcements come from over here? So their trebuchet and like all their range aren't even going to be a factor. Oh, shit.
Spearmen! For Heldenhammer! Swordsman! We are Sigmar's heirs! Spearmen! The Empire endures!
Our line is a little thin.
By Ulrich's wrath! State troops! Ready! Ready for war!
Actually, we'll put you in reserve back here.
Spearmen! Ready for war! Swordsman!
And then we're going to reinforce the middle.
Sigmar's heirs!
Alright.
Ready for war! State troops ready! Crossbowmen!
It's going to be some minimum range stuff going on here.
Spearmen!
We need to make sure we catch their yeomen. Mounts
Ready for
yeomen.
war! Spearmen! For the Emperor!
Oh, man. We are about to just go nuts.
By Ulrich's wrath! Sigmar guides us! By Garl Maras! Quick march! Attack! For the Heldenhammer! Attack that machine! Yes, my lord! Spearmen!
Go!
Hunter! War! Go! Sigmar guides us!
Go with the middle, take out the trebuchet.
Take the ground!
Try and surround them.
Withstand the Emperor! Missile infantry! Pick targets! Pick your targets!
Try and kill these knights.
Swordsmen! Sigmar! We are ready! Slay! Our orders? Heretics of the Swordsmen! Yes, General!
We got really lucky. Woo! Beautiful.
The lady demands blood! True to cannons!
So what I'm doing right there is manually aiming. If you hold down the Alt key when you have siege equipment, for most of them you can decide where they aim instead of just right-clicking on a unit.
Ready to hunt! Ready to serve! Missiles at the ready! For Heldenhammer!
Let's do a rear charge.
As long as we draw breath, they will die!
I condemn them!
What do you
The units
think?
are coming up.
The Empire endures!
Slay the heretics!
Oh,
Mortar! Sigmar! Cannon fire! Prepare for combat!
The Empire endures! Battle and blood await!
Swordsmen! Take a position! We are Sigmar's heirs! Quickly! The Empire endures!
make sure those knights don't make it out.
Swordsmen!
Quick march! Formation!
Oh, and that actually shattered these. Holy crap. Wow.
Ready for war! Spearmen!
Okay. We got so lucky. I mean, I still think we would have won anyway, but we definitely would have won with more casualties had their reinforcements come in behind their army instead of behind ours. Because, yeah, like, these peasants can't really stand up to the Marienburg infantry. And I'm guessing that's because you know, we can't stand up, for the most part, to the amount of cav they have. Because for our cav, all we have are the Mountain Yeomen, we have the Raw Britters, and then... what else do we have? Oh, no, I guess we have the Demigryph Knights, though. I wonder what why the decision to make these so much weaker than Marienburg was. Maybe that's just what it is in the tabletop. I have no idea.
Step to it. Seek
So we have taken out most of their garrison. I think we just keep going. Talisman of Protection? I'd rather have that than the Lodestone. Alright, so for this one... I kind of want to merge, but I also kind of don't want to.
For the Emperor!
I guess we didn't get as many kills as I thought we did. We're going to be patient with this one.
Heretics!
We're going to see if they will ride out to try and fight us in the open field instead of us having to deal with their walls. Because I want to lower their numbers a little bit more. Also...
that is fortuitous.
let's do this.
I have divined a path. I serve no master.
And let's try and get him some experience. Also, I'm going to try and actually rename people from all of you this time. And so I did not do that, end up doing that in the Naggaroth campaign, but I really want to do it this time. Especially since we can have so many more armies with that mod that doesn't penalize us for having more armies. Anything else we want to do? We can check on diplomacy again, but I don't think that's going to get any better. That is improving.
Greetings, my countrymen. I don't agree. What? Surely an agreement will be reached.
A fool's action. So, I hold Galmer.
I kind of want to expand into Corone, obviously, and then go down this side. I don't really want to deal with the Empire nations, but I may have to. More than anything, I just want trading partners. That's where we're going to get so much of our money. I mean, hell, our starting province has 2 different trading resources. Like, we need to utilize that. I'm debating on if we just go after them next turn. I did want to wait for the siege towers, but now we have 4 additional regiments. So I may not need to wait. Because the longer we wait, the bigger this army's going to get. Are there even, like, more factions than normal, too? Some of those names I don't recognize.
The Empire! My will is bound. The nation calls.
Yeah, we could probably do this.
By the silver hammer!
Although they're saying that we don't. I don't know how strong towers are with this mod. I don't know if they've been changed or not. But we should be able to take the walls pretty quickly. You know what, never mind. I'm gonna wait for these couple siege towers.
I will stop them!
Because again, I don't know how strong the walls are. So we'll
The winds
just
blow
be
strong.
safe.
I serve no master.
Yeah, you just stay there. You're at -7 here. That's okay. I want to have the siege towers to give the walls something to fire at that's not our soldiers. Oh, whoa. What up, Kazarak? So if we take Rome, we become the king of the Bretonnians, right? That's how this works. All of them need to bow down, swear fealty. Alright, well, let's close this out with the capturing of Corone.
Heretics!
Not something I thought I would be doing so early on. Oh, and if you want to play with a faction unlocker that will let you, use Marienburg, New World Colonies, and anything that you want to, you actually have to turn off one of the mods in the collection that I'm going to link. It is something to do with landmarks. Oh, God, like landmarks of the old world or something. Because when I was testing this out, I wasn't getting all of the factions to play in campaign, so I had to test each individual mod to see what was preventing that from happening. And it ended up being this landmark mod that adds landmarks to the game. Because with that on, you can only play as the base races for some reason. But when you turn off the landmarks of the old world, I think it's called, you'll know what it is. You'll see like landmarks, something like old world something. And with that on, it just doesn't let you use the faction unlocker for some reason. At least it didn't let me use it, which is really weird. Let's do start deployments. I am not going to have our two weakest swordsmen in there. Are you kidding me?
Ready for war!
Alright.
Swordsmen! By Ulrich's wrath! Spearmen! Ready for war!
Kind of have our weaker ones sitting back here.
Mortar! By Ulrich's wrath! Slay the heretics! Spearmen!
Yeah, this works.
Missiles will fly! For the Warhammer! Accuse them! The Empire endures! Ready! Cannons fire!
And we need to get our mage all the way. Oh, I should just deploy it on the other side. What the hell was I thinking? Oh well. Just get over here, buddy.
Swordsman! Awaiting orders! We obey!
I'm gonna let them walk.
Ready! Take the ground! Sigmar calls! Formation march!
So you're not gonna walk. You're just gonna go after the walls.
Yes, General! For the Emperor!
We'll have all of our weak units get over here.
For the twin-tailed comet! Swordsman! Find your targets! Ready for war! Ready! Understood! For Heldenhammer! Mortar!
Target the knights.
I condemn them!
Get you up on the walls.
Ready? Ready for war! Send them back to their hells! Swordsman! War!
Charge!
For Heldenhammer!
Look how accurate that is. Oh, Laura's coming
We
up.
are ready! Climbing the walls, sir! Climbing the walls, sir! We are Sigmar's heirs! For the Warhammer!
Oh, he's up and he's pissed. Damn camera.
Charge!
Attack them?
Pull him off the horse! Ready to hunt!
Please attack?
Right wizard! Add speed! For the twin-tailed collet! Our weapons are yours! For Marine of Steel! Ready for war!
I don't think he's thrown out one single swing.
Our weapons are yours! Ready for war! Spearmen! Swordsman! Ready! Ready! Swordsman! Get up there! Climbing the wall, sir!
Get up that wall.
Spearman! Mortar! Witch Hunter! Get them!
Swing the sword.
Swordsman! For Heldenhammer! Shields up! Sir!
All right, how about attacking these?
Jews will die! Get away! The Empire endures! Take the ground!
You get on the edge and let's start shooting them with the burning gaze.
We must not relent!
No need for us to go down into the horses. We can just hit them from up here.
Spearman! To us, the foe!
Garrison right there. I don't know how much this is gonna do to these. Not much. That looks cool. Boots.
By Ulrich's wrath! Swordsman!
I would say that the walls are out. Whoa, 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 mortar.
Arena! Binary! Right is might!
Yeah. These are really meant for like heroes, lords, monster creatures.
We are Sigmar's heirs! We are Sigmar's heirs! Shoot!
What are you doing?
Angle of elevation!
Alright. Hold on. See if you can move up and take those out.
Spearman! Swordsman! The Empire is yours!
Let's go down.
Standing by! Spearmen! For the twin-tailed comet!
I'm gonna leave our 2 swordsmen up here, I think.
Swordsman! Yes, General! Form a ring of steel! Ready for war!
Swordsmen go down.
Soldiers of the Empire! For Heldenhammer! Charge! Swordsmen! Yes, sir! Quickly! Spearmen! For Heldenhammer! Light is light! March!
Let's have you go down here and support their leadership.
Judgment is coming! Have battle! Quickly!
These Mount Yeomen are kind of holding for a while. Oh, what's also really cool is that there's another mod in here that adds like a leader to every single regiment. That's also really cool. I like mods like that. Like for the Hyos, it basically looks like a noble is assigned to each regiment. I don't know if there's actually better stats in that unit or if it's just all visual. I have no idea.
Condemn them for the Emperor!
That looks cool.
Swordsman! Taking position! Spearmen! Take the ground!
Go up!
By Ulrich's wrath! Swordsman! Sigmar calls! Battle awaits! Quick march! Taking position! War! Fight them!
Let's get the knights in there.
Swordsman! Spearmen! Form a ring of steel!
And the walls. In case they want to come back, and they do. Alright, mortar stop firing.
Spearmen! See to it! Quick march! Our weapons are yours! Swordsman! Yes, sir! Quickly! That's an order! For Heldenhammer! No lingering! Swordsman!
Corone will fall this day. Beautiful.
We are Sigmar's heirs!
And Corone is, well, I guess they're not dead yet. Soon, though. $103 on a basic infantry. Holy crap. Just occupy.
I am a soul keeper.
Okay, and then the Castilian is going to go back here. Because I believe their trait only applies to the local province that they're in.
I trust no man.
Alright, let's finish this off. So +9 for their
Show me the
infantry.
accused.
Holy crap. That's pretty powerful. Especially when you compare them to Bretonian infantry at this point. What do we got here? Any uniques? Yes, the Corone Tournament Grounds. Okay. What else do we got? I don't think anything else. Alright. Let's go with the field. Well, we could just put the fields in this city. Get us some money.
What?
Alright, well that's going to do it for the first episode for our Marienburg campaign, everybody. So thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. Take care.